they step on you, they give you dirty looks, they make fun of you, they degrade you, leading to some depressive states and just an overall negative cycle. And your old friends will stop being your old friends. Simple. The only person you can really trust on or depend upon in this world is yourself. Well, from my experience with homelessness, I probably say a lot of people become homeless because of a lot of different factors. It usually isn't just one single thing. Oftentimes a combination of things like bad luck, drug addictions, mental health issues, even physical disabilities. They're interconnected because there's people that try to self-medicate, leading to some depressive states and just an overall negative cycle, and a cycle that's very hard to break out of and to get back on your feet. Well, the first night out on the street, pretty just terrifying, to be honest with you. The thought of sleeping out in the wild, it's not like camping. There's a different level of vulnerability that you just can't explain unless you've experienced it. But after a few days, you tend to get used to it. Then your priorities and problems become about finding a few spots where you can consistently rest in, but more so finding the charities and places that offer food and just staying safe during the day. Overall, most cities, they have homeless shelters, but you tend to avoid those because you never know who or what you could find in a shelter. But the main concern when you're being homeless is the hygiene, the cleanliness. You'll go days, weeks, sometimes even months without showering. Overall, just the way people treat you, just people just they step on you, they give you dirty looks, they make fun of you, they degrade you, call you names for no reason except that you're homeless, and it's like they feel like they can get away with it. When you're there in that kind of position, it feels like the whole world's against you, and it feels like no one likes you. It's next to impossible to escape, especially if you have disabilities or mental health issues, which oftentimes it come accompanied whilst being a rough sleeper. It's quite simple, to be honest with you. It's miserable. The boredom is ruthless. Once you found something to eat, your work for the day is done. To sum it up, it's the most lonely experience you ever feel. Night comes, you see people go out with their friends, then you see them go home. And then you're just there, out there in the streets, looking for somewhere safe to sleep. The best way to describe it is being completely segregated, cut off from the human experience. Your old friends will stop being your old friends. Your new friends, well, they're not really your friends at all. You suddenly become aware of just everything you used to take for granted, no matter how big or how small. I mean, there was one time where I was so desperate for a shower, I actually broke into a house just so I could have a shower. I didn't steal anything. I didn't eat anything. I didn't even take anything. I just really wanted to shower. And obviously the consequences of having a shower and just getting in trouble, they seemed they seemed worthy for me because that's just the kind of state I was in. But it's just overall it's an uncomfortable time. I know it just gets oppressively lonely. You just don't know who you can trust. You don't know what you can do living like that on the street. So some tips to survive. I'd say probably hang around a gym. Maybe if you can afford it, that is. They have the showers there, which can help you stay clean. Take care of yourself, take care of your clothes. During the winter or the summer, it can help you keep you warm or keep you cool as well. They usually have free drinking water. Even places that you can charge your phone, which are important. All these things are important if you're planning and hoping to get back on your feet. It's just overall, it's a good place to be. That and libraries as well. Obviously you can't really disturb those places, but you sit there, places you can stay warm, keep to yourself, and reap some benefits. Well, unlike the gym, the library's free, so they're good places to situate. Oh, one thing I learned as a sleeping out on the streets, it's simple. The only person you can really trust on or depend upon in this world is yourself. You can't afford to trust anyone else. That, and if someone gives you a drink from a fast food place, don't drink it, especially if you didn't ask for it. Because for some reason, people find it funny to relieve themselves in lemonade before handing it over. It's just the kind of things you have to deal with whilst you're homeless. But for some tips, I'd say find a bakery, find a place where you can find food. A bakery is good because all the cakes and sandwiches and things that don't sell out at the end of the day, they usually get put in a special bin. Which, if you take care of yourself and you don't mean to leave a mess, you can survive it for a fairly long time. So a bakery is a good option. Another thing I'd say is disable cubicles in public toilets. They're they're amazing for keeping yourself clean. They always have a sink, soap, or paper towels, or uneven dryers. It just helps you overall if you can't get to a shower to just keep yourself clean and you know clean your belongings as well. I'd suggest to go there early on in the morning so you won't be disturbed and you won't really be kicked out. Another thing I'd say is if you see a lot of homeless people situating or gathering around in a specific area, that's usually where the soup van stops. So join them. You have a good chance of getting some warm food, some warm soup. But another important rule is your bag, where you keep your belongings, just don't ever let it out of your sight. You have to keep it with you at all times, no matter what, because that's your life. That's all you have left in the world where you want nothing else. So you have to do what you have to do to keep it with you and keep it safe for your sanity and for your well-being. Well, an unwritten rule is probably if you ever go dumpster diving and you find a good pair of shoes, which is extremely important when you're homeless and when you're doing a lot of walking, a lot of moving. You find a good pair of shoes in the bin, but they aren't your size, they don't fit you. Just leave them to the side for the next person. It doesn't harm to help people out. Another thing I'd say is don't beg or hang around someone else's corner if they're already there. Like there's certain spaces and certain respect people, even though you're homeless, just respect, and you can be able to get far with that. I'd probably say they understand how far it is to be away from human life, yet how close you are from losing it all. They know the short distance it is from having the family, from having a home, from having the job, belongings, having everything, and then just like that, having nothing.